In today's video, we'll take a look at how to apply custom Active Directory information to individual host pools inside of a WVD deployment with the Nerdio Manager for WVD. So first thing to note is that there is a global Active Directory setting that can be accessed and configured through the settings module here on the left. So let's go ahead and click on the name of the Active Directory here in the settings module. Here's where we can specify the Active Directory name, the name of the account that is authorized to join newly created session host VMs to this Active Directory, the account password, and any organizational unit in the distinguished name, the DN path format for a specific OU where VMs will be created. Now, this default global setting will be applied to any newly created host pools and any session hosts created inside of those host pools. However, it's possible to override this global default setting and specify unique settings for each and every host pool. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. So we're going to go into WVD tenants, open up our demo tenant here, find a host pool called Legacy Applications, and from the Actions menu, click on Active Directory. This will show us the currently configured settings that are going to be applied to all of the VMs that are going to be created inside of this host pool. You can see currently it's using the global defaults that we saw on the previous screen under the settings module. However, what we can do is we can uncheck this box and override all of these settings right here. Now, the most common application of this is when different host pools need to have their VMs end up in different OUs inside of the Active Directory structure. And this could be used for applying different sets of GPOs, or maybe just for organizational purposes so that different user groups and different host VMs get stored in different places in AD. So this is probably the most common use case, but we also often see a use case where there may be a single AD forest with multiple subdomains and different user populations that are entitled to multiple host pools need to have different domains that their VMs are joining to. So therefore, it's possible to not only specify the organizational unit, but it's also possible to specify a unique AD domain for a particular host pool. So unchecking the Use Defaults box will allow you to specify those unique settings. And keep in mind that any changes made on this screen will only apply to newly created session host VMs and will not apply to any of the existing VMs. It's not going to rejoin them to the domain or move their computer objects. It will only apply to newly created VMs. And if you look at the process of creating a new host, here is one that's being created right now. What you can see is that one of the steps is joining the Active Directory, either at a specific OU location or with a blank OU, which is going to put it in a default computers container. And these settings get obtained either from the global defaults or from the individual host pool that you can configure the Active Directory settings there. So once those settings are applied, when a host is being created, when it joins the Active Directory, those are the settings that are going to be used during this process. Talk to you later.